Hi, thank you for coming back and joining me for another episode of Kim Barefoot in the Kitchen. This is my fake cooking show where we cook real good food for real good people in my real small kitchen. If you are watching this video on YouTube, don't forget at the end to give me a like, thumbs up. Subscribe if you're not subscribed yet, so then you'll never miss one of my awesome tutorials for my fake cooking show. And I'm really appreciative that you came back to watch this one. We're going to cook a red curry today. We're going to do curried cauliflower. So this curry is really good for you. Without any added meat, it has a high protein content for just being vegetables. So one serving has 29 grams of carbohydrates, and that's not bad. If you left out the potatoes, you could bring that down if carbohydrates are a worry for you. It's got 8 grams of protein just from vegetables. That excites me to no end. I think that's awesome. It's got 16 grams of fat, which is from the coconut milk. It's got a lot of potassium, 968 milligrams of potassium, 8 grams of fiber. Ooh, need your fiber, hey? 6 grams of sugars, all naturally occurring. Vitamin A, 1,020 international units. Isn't that amazing? Vitamin C, 56 milligrams, calcium, 111 milligrams, and iron, 6 milligrams of iron. I always need more iron, so I'm super excited about this recipe. And I'll put that away, and I will start by reading you off the list of ingredients. Gather your ingredients, and then come back and we'll chop and cook together. Okay, so we need 1 tablespoon of olive oil. You guys know I'm looking at my recipe up here, right? That's why I'm up here. 1 onion, chopped finely, and this is important. It really does need to be chopped finely. 2 garlic cloves that are minced. 1 inch of fresh ginger, peeled and finely grated, and I'll show you how to peel it. Peel it with a spoon, right? Not with a peeler or a knife. You'll lose too much of it. 3 tablespoons of fresh cilantro that's chopped. Save some of the cilantro for garnish on top. 1 small head of cauliflower cut into florets. The cauliflower was not looking nice when I went to the market, so I'm using frozen. Go ahead and use frozen vegetables in this recipe. That's a-okay. Frozen vegetables still have tons and tons of nutrients. It's good. Where are we here? 3 cups of chopped potatoes or sweet potatoes, and I am going to use a combination. Heavier on the sweet potatoes because I do believe that you get more bang for your buck nutrition wise with the sweet potato rather than just the plain potato. 14 ounces of canned tomatoes, 14 ounces of canned peas or chickpeas. I am using frozen peas. I'm not a real lover of peas, but they do have protein in them, so I'm going to put them in, and it will all be disguised in by the curry, and it'll be okay. 14 ounces of coconut milk, some lime slices, and that's strictly for garnish afterwards. Now, the spices that we're going to use: 2 tablespoons of red curry paste. We're going to talk about this in a second. 1 tablespoon of curry powder, 2 teaspoons of turmeric, 1.5 teaspoons of coriander, and 1.5 teaspoons of cumin. Okay. When you go to get your red curry paste, don't just grab whatever is the cheapest. This is organic red curry paste, and what's really good about this one, when you go to get your red curry paste, make sure that it's got kefir lime leaf in it and galangal. Galangal, that's better, galangal. Because those are 2 traditional Thai ingredients that's hard to get anywhere outside of Thailand because they grow native to here. Galangal kind of looks like ginger, but it's not ginger, and it tastes way different, and you can't substitute them for anything else. And so I like this one, this paste. It is Sutaros, Sutharos. I don't know if you can get it where you are, but it's organic red curry paste. Whatever curry paste that you go for, really read the list of ingredients. Make sure that it doesn't have added sugar or MSG or flour or any of those extra fillers, because it's just masking the fact that it doesn't contain the really good ingredients. Two of which you really, really want is the kefir lime and the galangal. Okay, this one's also got organic coriander leaf in it, which is pretty amazing. Anyway, that's what we're going to use for this one. So let's get going. I need a knife. So the first thing that we're going to do is add 1 tablespoon of olive oil to our pan. And that can slowly heat up. My cooking surface here heats up really, really fast, so I'm not going to start it yet. It's also kind of noisy. Okay, so now we want to chop our onion, and we want to chop it quite fine. For this recipe, that's really important, and it's got a lot to do with the flavor. When you chop really, really fine, you've got more of the onion exposed to all of the other things that it's going to be fried with, and you'll get a much more fragrant curry. We're chopping. I thought that today we could talk about trying new things. I remember the first time that I ran 21 kilometers, which is, you know, the equivalent. It's a half marathon, right? But I hate calling it a half marathon if I haven't entered a race. So it was 21 kilometers. So I was doing, you know, my Sunday long runs as usual, and I thought, this Sunday long run really mean? How long should it be? I wonder if I can run 21 kilometers. And so I laced up my runners, put on my running gear, and stuck some money in my pocket so that I could get water along the way. And I knew enough that about 10 kilometers in, my system would need some sugar to keep going. And so that's the first thing I did, is I ran to the store and I got some M&Ms, put them in my pocket, and then I kept running. Let's turn this on. We want to now fry up our onion by itself until it's soft and translucent. So anyway, I ran and ran and ran until 21 kilometers was done. And at the end, I was gave myself a high five. And, wow, that was tough, but I did it. Now I know that my long runs can include anything up to and including 21 kilometers at this point. And I was pretty happy, I was pretty pleased. And then I turned around and I realized, wow, I have nobody to share this with. And there was just this little sinking feeling kind of sad in my heart. And then I thought, you know what? Celebrate yourself. You just did something amazing. 21 kilometers to me was amazing. It was an amazing feat for me at that time. And so I said, celebrate yourself, girl. Tell yourself you did a good job. There's nobody else here to do that, so you do it for you. And now take the focus off me. Try something new. you guys have got some time, many of you are still at home, and you might be afraid of trying something new, and just go ahead and do it. Maybe it's your running. Maybe you've been running, the same route. Try a new route. Maybe you always run 5 kilometers, and I got into that rut over a few months, over the winter months. I would go out, and do 5 kilometers, and I thought, that's good, that's doing something. And what it did is it got me into a rut, which I'm now out of. And I'm enjoying doing 10 kilometers a night. It's better for me. I enjoy it. I get to listen to way more music that way. And when you try something new, you do your best. And it may not turn out the way that you thought it would. And that's okay, because what you did was your best. And your best on any given day will vary. Sometimes I'd have amazing runs, and that was my best, and I'm so excited. And then sometimes I have runs, and it was just, almost crawling home because my legs got tired before my allotted time was done. And when you try something new, if there's nobody there to celebrate you, celebrate yourself. Tell yourself that you did a good job. Tell yourself that you're proud of yourself, and that's okay too. So that's my little kitchen wisdom for today. Try something new. Maybe it's a new hobby. Maybe you'll go back and you'll try a new recipe off of my YouTube channel that you haven't tried yet. There's lots of new things to try. Now my onions are doing good here. They're getting soft. They're not translucent yet. We want them to be translucent. I say another minute. And if you're not running 21 kilometers yet, but you're running a little bit, and you want any help with your running, send me an email and I'll give you tips and tricks that have worked for me, that have kept me healthy and running long distances. I'll share with you the thought process that happens as I run 21 kilometers, and it's almost always this way. Sometimes it's just smooth all the way, but it's usually 5 kilometers and like, yeah. It just feels like you're getting warmed up. 10 kilometers and you're going, wow. 10 kilometers and you're almost halfway done. That feels pretty good. About the 13, 14 kilometer mark, I always feel like I should do this every day. Man, I should be, when COVID is over, I should sign up for some marathons. This is just amazing. I feel wonderful. And then I hit 17. 17 kilometer mark is always tough for me. But I tough it out and I say to myself, you've only got 4 more kilometers to go. That's not even 5 kilometers, 4 kilometers. And then I hit 19 and I think, you've got this. You just have to hang in there for 2 more kilometers and you're done. And then 21.1 and you're done and you feel pretty good about yourself. Okay, so these are fried, and we're going to get our garlic, ginger, and cilantro ready. So the garlic, we're going to give it a push with the knife, cut off the top and the bottom, and then it peels really easy. Another easy way to peel these that I've done before is you can put them in a jar, put the lid on the jar, and then shake the jar really well, and the garlic skins to come off. But you gotta do a fair amount of shaking of that jar. Okay, these are ready now to chop. Get rid of these skins. And we want to mince these. For curry, it's really important that your garlic is minced super fine. So I'm going to slice it thinly, and then I'm going to go back over it again with the blade of the knife and make sure that it's minced. How are you guys doing? Your mincing coming along okay? Okay, this is good. Mine is nicely minced. We're going to add that to our translucent onions. And then we need 1 inch of ginger, and we're going to peel it. This is a very generous inch. We're going to peel it with a spoon. And it peels so nicely with a spoon. And you're not going to waste a lot of the ginger because you're really just scraping off the skin. That's all you're doing. This is my favorite ginger. Wow, it smells beautiful. And what we want to do with this is we want to grate it. Where's my grater? Okay. I'm glad that I cut off a little bit more than 1 inch because it's going to allow me to have a little bit at the end that I'm not going to grate so that my fingers don't get all weird. grater. Okay. Delicious, beautiful smells here. Good. Okay, awesome. And then we want to chop our cilantro. I did not get as much cilantro as I had hoped. The cilantro did not look great in the market. It's been very, very hot, so there's a lot of things in the market that just are not looking as fresh as I would like them to look when I buy them. Do what we can, and I think I've got enough there. And this we want to finely chop as well. One thing I love about cooking curries is they're so fragrant and everything smells so good as you're chopping and adding them to the pot. And your curry, you can make it in a nice deep heavy bottom pot. That would be awesome. I don't have one of those, so I'm using my sort of wok frying pan here because it's the heaviest bottom that I have for pots, and that's important so that the bottom doesn't get burnt. Okay, now let's saute this for 1 minute. Here we go. We're going to add our cauliflower and potatoes and our spices. So while that is doing its thing, I'm going to quickly chop up our potatoes. For you guys all in all. We've got the yellow curry done. Today we're doing red curry. And then the other one that we're doing is massaman curry, which is my absolute favorite. When I'm down in Phuket, down in the south, they do amazing massaman curries. It's something that is hard to get up here in northern Thailand. I don't think I've ever had massaman curry up here. It's always been down in southern Thailand, and they do a really good job. Okay. Here's your potatoes. If it looks like things are You don't want your garlic to burn, right? So either turn down your pan or you can add a teeny bit of water to make sure that nothing burns. And then we're going to do our sweet potato. I don't cook enough of sweet potato. I really do need to cook more of it. Another one of those vegetables that's so good for you. So this is 3 cups total of either potatoes or sweet potato or a combination of the both of them. How are you guys doing with your sweet potato? They are not the easiest to chop. I'm getting there with my sweet potato. That's a cup. I already had a cup of potato in there. So I should be good with these. Something else that I'm going to add that's not in the original recipe is I'm going to add a bit of carrot. We are going to put tomato in the curry. And you guys have heard me say this before, that I always like to have a little bit of carrot in there, 1 carrot, to balance off the acidity. Carrots in themselves are a little bit sweet, so they're an awesome thing to put when you've got tomato sauce, and it just balances it out very, very nicely. And carrots are so good for you. I'm always trying to find a way to get them into my diet, because I don't always enjoy sitting down just eating a carrot stick. And I think that if you have to eat carrot sticks with dip, it sort of defeats the whole purpose of having a carrot. So I am going to put 1 carrot in here as well. Now this is the perfect amount of sweet potato for this recipe. Okay, and I'm going to go ahead and chop up my carrot now as well. You guys don't have to put carrot in here. The peas you don't have to put in either if you don't love peas, but they're a good source of protein, and they do add some nice color to the curry as well. And you'll notice that a lot of Indian curries have peas in them. This is not a traditional Thai curry. Traditional Thai curries, I've not ever had a curry here in Thailand that had peas in it. But I have had Indian curry, which I do love, with pea in it. And peas are, as I said before, a good source of protein, so it doesn't hurt to throw some in. And Unless you really don't like them, then that's okay. You don't have to put them in. Okay, there we go. We'll turn our cooking surface on. Sorry about the noise. And we're going to add our potatoes. We're going to add the cauliflower. I wonder if that's enough cauliflower. We shall see. Yeah, maybe it is. Just give it a little bit of a stir. And then we're going to add our spice. So I say let's start with the dry ones first because we don't want to get our tablespoon measure all wet with curry sauce and then have to measure the dry spices in there. Oh, this is going to be pretty. About 1 tablespoon. We should not measure over our food. 1 tablespoon of curry powder. 2 teaspoons of turmeric. 1.5 teaspoons each of coriander and cumin. There goes that. Okay, that's so 3 of these 1/2 teaspoons. And that's gone. Now just give it a little stir before we add our red curry paste. Oh, this smells delightful. This smells really good. Okay. 2 tablespoons. And I can see the fibers of the galangal in here. That's kind of cool. This is good. Smells delicious. Excellent. Get the last little bit in there. Good stuff. Okay. And no, I have not forgotten about the peas. We're not ready to add them yet. Now give this a stir. This will take maybe 2 minutes, 1.5 minutes, until you see that all of the vegetables have been coated. Coated with the red curry paste. Sorry, the spices are getting to me. After this, we're going to add the canned tomatoes, peas, coconut milk, and 2 cups of water. Even for the color factor, I think it really does need the peas. Sorry. I don't have a range hood to take away some of the spice. Well, okay, let's cool it down by adding our tin of tomatoes, and this is 14-ounce can of tomatoes, and you want the juice and everything to go in. And if your tomatoes are whole, as mine are coming out of this tin, we'll need to just smash them up a bit. Good, give it a stir. Yummy. It's a beautiful thing to cook delicious food. It's a beautiful thing to be able to take these ingredients and put them together and give it a simmer and have something gorgeous and delicious and nutritious to serve to your family. Okay, let's add our coconut milk. And in Canada, I think you guys get your coconut milk in a can. Here it comes in these handy cartons. Oh, that's looking gorgeous. There we go. Add your peas. Looks like a lot of peas. Or your chickpeas, that's what you're using. Isn't that gorgeous? You can see those lovely colors are just playing so nicely together. Yum. And to this, so this asked for 14 ounces of coconut milk. I have put in 8 ounces so far. I will add a little bit more, but first of all, I'm going to add 2 cups of water. And if you're in a country where you can drink water straight from the tap, go ahead and use that. Here in Thailand, we can't. And so bottled water it is. And it's salt and pepper to taste. With all of those spices, you might not need salt at all. You might just need some cracked pepper. Okay, gorgeous. You guys can see that, hey? That is looking absolutely lovely. It's very liquidy now. We're going to let it simmer for 20 minutes to reduce it. And I'm going to add some more coconut milk, reserving enough so that you've got some to pour over top for garnish. And I'm going to let this reduce for 20 minutes before I add the salt. I think this one might need some salt. The last curry we did, we added aubergine, the eggplant, and it had been salted already. So I didn't think we needed any more salt, or I didn't. But I think that this is going to need maybe a little bit of salt in the end. Okay, let's bring this to a boil. And once it comes to a boil, then we're going to bring it down and simmer for 20 minutes or until the sweet potato, because that's the vegetable that is your hardest in here, right? When the sweet potato is nice and soft and this is reduced a bit and it's looking nice and thick, then it's ready to serve with rice and garnish and enjoy. So I am going to say goodbye for now. Goodbye for now, goodbye for 20 minutes, and I'll see you shortly. Okay, we did it. We made curry together. Awesome. And you know what time it is now? it's taste test time. Before we taste it, question, did your curry take a little bit longer than 20 minutes to simmer into the right consistency? Mine took a little bit longer today. The sweet potatoes, I didn't cut them small enough. I rushed it. I'm not a great chopper. I really do need to work on that. So it took mine longer than 20 minutes to cook the sweet potatoes and simmer down into a nice thick stew-like curry. This is definitely a very hearty curry, and I really do recommend that you make jeera rice, that you make the cumin rice to go with this, because it would be awesome. The curry itself is not overrun with the cumin taste. You can barely distinguish it at all. So I would really recommend cumin rice to go with this. So let's have a little taste. It looks beautiful. And if you were having a full bowl and you're serving this to your friends, a little bit of cilantro on top with a little bit of coconut milk swirled in on top would be a just beautiful presentation. Now here we go. Oh, that's lovely. That's beautiful. It's spicier than the yellow curry that we made before, because it's got the red curry paste in it, which is heavier on the chilies and the chili oil. But it's not overly spicy. It's just got a nice little kick to it. Let's see if these sweet potatoes are really done. This is beautiful. Wow, this is lovely. Yummy, yummy. This with some naan bread or some cumin rice would be just perfect. And this is such a good recipe to make when you're expecting company. You can make it the day before and then serve it the next day, and it would be even more yummy. Curries tend to taste better the second day. Lots of things taste better the second day. Curries are one of them. So you could make it the day before, you could make it in the morning. You could make this one in your rice cooker as well, and that would give you the stove top to cook other things. Make it in your rice cooker and then decant it into whatever you're going to serve it in, and then make your rice in your rice cooker. There we go. Thank you very much for watching today. Thank you for cooking with me. It's been awesome. I've enjoyed this experience. I really do hope that you like the curry. Just a side note, I did salt it. I know my last one I didn't salt, but this red curry, because nothing else had salt in it, and my curry paste had no salt in it at all. And because it's got the potatoes and the sweet potatoes, you do need a little bit of salt to bring out the flavors. So I added 1 teaspoon of salt to this. That was enough for me. You guys can check it out and salt it as to your liking. Again, thank you very much for cooking with me today. I had a great time, and this is me saying goodbye for now. Don't forget to hit the like button, give me a thumbs up, hit the subscribe button if you're not subscribed already, and I will see you next. Bye for now.